Oh my gosh, is this the same one? Okay, I'm here for it. Every now and then it does this for me. I don't even know why. But YouTube, get it together. Alright, so I turned the music down so it wouldn't be so loud for you guys. And now we've started at the beginning of the video again. And I guess the other one I'll just have to put as like part one or something. So, Scorpio, what's going on here in this reading is that something has initiated itself by way of the family and expanding the family. You might be having more children, or you might be having someone move into the house with the family that is still a family member or a family friend that's close. You might be showing compassion to them, so that's why you're sacrificing this because it's out of love. We're in Pisces season. Also, you might just be dealing with maybe getting another pet or getting a new pet, that type of thing. Whatever it is, it's putting aggression into the love of family and showing compassion towards people like family or towards animals or anything like that. It's the awareness of hope, faith, possibilities, and also it's allowing you to see that risks need to be taken somewhere. And the idea of risk is ever apparent in your opening card that's in your present position, which is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is talking about initiations with very potent energy. It's not necessarily negative aggressiveness, but it is aggressive and it is very sharp and it is with purpose, right? Intended purpose. It's fire, it's the introduction of fire. So this could definitely be a new life coming into your atmosphere. Um, this could also be, what am I saying? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? In doing something, right? Like a trip or something like that. You could be just deciding to take the family somewhere, right? Also, there were two cards that fell out at the beginning because I knocked them over with my elbow, and they were from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. And it says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type. And it also says, let go of control issues. Also, this situation, or allow this situation to unfold naturally. And that's definitely a message for Scorpios, let go of the control issues. Have some anxieties about this change that might be occurring in the beginning because here in your sun position, which, it's like you're feeling challenged by the idea of being vulnerable to something. You might feel vulnerable to all of the thoughts that you're having, right? Because you're thinking about the expansiveness that's occurring within the family or whatever this new action is that's going to initiate a sense of growth or bring about the spirit of growth around by an addition of some sorts. Um, you're worried about that. And Jupiter and Gemini is just saying that your thoughts are growing on this matter. You really just need to see a situation for what it is and not make it out to be anything more than it is. You might have to adapt to the changes, or you may have to just, free your mind of old concepts and just allow this change to occur naturally. Letting go of the control issue that you might have, because that's a fixed sign type of thing to deal with. And your challenge is the Temperance card here, which is just saying you were en route to something, right? You were en route to a destination or a place. Um, and that is being tested. You're being tested, on your way to somewhere. Not physically, but, just kind of like spiritually. Your spiritual growth is being challenged right now, and that's great because at least you are growing spiritually and you do recognize when you're being challenged, so that means that you are tapped into your spirituality, so you are putting energy into that, your subconscious energy, right, and being aware of your emotional process and what it reveals to you when it does. Sorry, I'm getting over something. The growth of your awareness in terms of how you are committed to your family and how you're committed to yourself, right? Because when you're committing to your family, you're committing to yourself. Because it's like investing in that type of spiritual soul full energy. You know, Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael are in your reading. You know, the energy is there. So it's saying that you are being guided over, you're being watched over while you go through these changes, right? And while you adapt to these changes. And while you try to adjust an old way of thinking that may not be committed to your new way of life, right? Or you may not be willing to commit your new way of life to an old way of thinking. And that's what's frustrating you a little bit. And it's making you feel vulnerable. And you kind of want to like retreat, but then it's almost like you can't. So you're going to your head, you're getting in your head about stuff. Someone is trying to help you get through it emotionally. You know what I mean? They're trying to help you understand what it is that matters here. It's like getting to see the big picture and thinking, being more practical. But they're offering you a show of love. It's like they're showing you some compassion, and they're being very understanding of your emotional experience. And they are someone who's very wise, who is making you feel comfortable. So that's good. This could even be your partner. If you're married to someone, you might just be really appreciating them right now for being there for you. Um, because sometimes we take our loved ones for granted, especially if it's someone who, we have around a lot, or someone that doesn't say much, because this Pisces energy of the Knight of Cups, like Pisces doesn't really say much, they're very quiet, and sometimes they seem very shy and meek, but, sometimes when they speak to us and they really show an offer of love, that's why they rule the compassion, then, like, they're really on, they're spot on. Um, so that's good, I like that for you. In the past position, you have the Five of Cups. So this is saying that there might be some losses that you experience. You experienced an emotional loss. It may have been something that you were committed to. It could have been a person, because the fives are ruled by the Hierophant, which is Taurus. So it could have been a person that you were committed to. It could have been a job, right? Or it could have been an institution. You may have felt hurt by an institution in the past. You may have felt hurt by something that challenged your, a friendship, or the way that you saw security within a job. Um, I'm also getting that, you just feel sadness about a situation that you couldn't control, and you wish you could probably go back and change something, but you can't go back and change it because what has occurred has already occurred. It really is up to you to stand up. You know what I mean? Um, Let your belief systems guide you in healing from this, because it really is about healing as well with this Five of Cups here. Because it may have gotten to be a severe situation in the past that you were dealing with. And now it's over. It is over, and it says that it's in the past. It's like in the past now. You can put the past behind you, and turn around and look towards the future and embrace that. You have to make a choice to do that. You have to understand, you know, that life goes on, right? That's what I'm getting, because the five does that. That's what religion teaches us too, and belief systems and stuff like that. Life goes on. You have to continue to make a choice to left over. Make a choice, right, to move on. Your anxieties you're dealing with maybe a mother. It could be someone with Libra energy. Um, could be someone that helps you, that's in your routine life, your day to day. They might be offering you some advice over the sadness that you might be feeling. They're bringing some truth and some clarity to your experience, right? You kind of are lucky to have them around. It's almost like a mentor kind of feeling. Um, they definitely might be challenging your perspective, and they're not necessarily making you feel better about having them challenge your perspective, but they're really just showing, they're being very logical with you right now, because they're saying you really have to, like, your mind is very important, and it plays into your emotions, so you have to change your perspective in order to allow yourself to feel better. So this person might be, you might need to meditate or something like that, or you might be needing to talk to somebody. You might even need to be going to therapy. Someone might be suggesting to you to go to therapy. Maybe your mother is suggesting to go to therapy, or maybe a friend that might be a little bit older than you, or somebody that you respect as like a peer mentor or colleague, somebody you work with perhaps, is saying maybe you should go to therapy. Or maybe you yourself know that you should go to therapy and that's the truth that you're looking at, but you can't really face it. Because you're stuck in the past. But if you go to therapy, you're going to focus on the past, so then, you're good. So just go to therapy. Everybody needs it. Your Mars is saying that you need to celebrate parts. You need to celebrate your existence, just being here, because this is what is this? Jupiter and Leo. Leo is the ego and the pride, but Leo is also dignity, right? It's a sense of purpose as well. Celebrate your sense of purpose by doing what it is that you know you need to do to better yourself, meaning on a spiritual level. And it does have to do with the heart chakra because there's green here. So you need to heal your heart. And then in that way, you will be able to celebrate yourself and others will be able to celebrate you as well. You know what I mean? And that's really going to bring more harmony in your life because the sixes are talking about that, creating more harmony, more optimism, right? Um, for sure. I like this card. It's beautiful. It's like committing to oneself and not beating oneself up. Learning how to love oneself, right? That's a wonderful thing to do. And when you love yourself, other people will love you just the same, if not more, right? But what is loving yourself? Loving yourself is not just liking how you look and what clothes you wear and how other people treat you based on that. That's for everybody out there, okay? Um, yeah. So in your Venus position, you have the Death card, and that's talking about, the Venus is saying that's the advice, and that's the advice based on the will. In order for you to love yourself, right, and for other people to love you just the same and celebrate you and think about you, right, because the sixes are talking about Mercury, it's talking about thoughts, considerations. If you want other people to think about you, consider you, then you have to think about and consider yourself and how, the role that you how your role affects others in your life, and that's how what the sixes teach us as well. It's also an idea of family too. The six to me. Um, it also has to do with the sixth house too. You have to love yourself routinely, daily, right? And what in ways that you need to. And that could be like doing weird stuff. Because this is Scorpio, so this is hidden things. It's not like, oh, take a shower every day, practice good hygiene, that type of thing. It's not talking about that. Forgiving people, forgiving your past, forgiving yourself for shitty things that you've done that you can't change, that type of stuff. Forgiving people for shitty things they've done to you that they can't change and you can't change. And you're mad at them because now it's a part of your reality, right? Some of us. I have Scorpio in part in my first house too. It's like the last 10 degrees, 9, 8, 9, or 10 degrees, something like that. And my progressed sun is there. Damn, I've done 3 readings. 4 almost, because this was like the second of Scorpio in like 3 hours. Okay. But, in your advice position, based on that, loving yourself daily, right? Routinely, taking care of your body, right? Um, you know, that's going to help you transform out of this feeling of, lost from the past or, feeling like a sour commitment or feeling sourness towards a commitment from the past that might be involving someone else or an institution that is maybe work, or it could be a mentor, or it could have been someone that you respected or someone that you looked up to, okay, that type of thing. Um, yeah, so the death card is just saying that, there are beginnings and endings all the time. It's a part of the cycle of life, and it brings more structures. Sometimes things have to end, right? Because other things have to be built, other things have to be formulated. It is talking about a spiritual reformation of sorts, right? Because 13 reduces to 4, and that's talking about structures, platforms, right? It's a cleansing too. We're washing away our fears and our resentment. We're washing away tendencies that don't serve us and don't serve the people around us. We're washing away insecurities. You know, we're expanding the idea of what it means to create something new. Or something new is being created by way of this completion. And it's bringing something fresh with it. And even though it may be painful to see, watch, feel, know, it's for the greater good. A clean slate, right? That's what you're being offered from the universe. Okay, Scorpio, let me go ahead and read your future cards. This could be its own reading itself. I don't know what happened to that other part, but people can watch it. This is like the meat. I don't have any viewers right now, but that might just be because it's on private and I need to open it up when I'm done. But that's okay. I'm just keeping it going because I don't want to have to start over again because the last video got messed up. Okay. So in the future position here, we have the Empress, which is number 3, major arcana card, right? Out of 4. The Empress is talking about, oh, hi, you can see me now. Yes, we're back. It still says I have like 0 people. And I don't know what happened to the other video. I thought it resumed, but it didn't. So I think they're both just going to go up as individual videos. But it's okay, Scorpio. Weird, right? That's why I'm like, I need to just get these done and go ahead and get March done because Mercury retrograde is upon us. In the future position, you have the Empress. This is talking about fertility, right? And I did talk about the family expanding and someone coming in, maybe a child. It may have already happened, it's about to happen, or it's going to happen again. And it might be a surprise for some of you guys. And I will elaborate on that more in this. Oh my God. I feel like somebody's having a baby or pregnant or something. And I know that some Scorpios out there have already just had a baby child. So I don't know where this is coming from. Might be the new ones. Maybe new subbies. Anyway, abundance, fertility, offering, welcoming. You're getting softer in a good way. You're becoming more nurturing. In the future, you're going to be that. And it's for your own creativity, right? Because you have to open yourself up to, experiencing other people. But it's not about waiting for other people to add to your experience because your experience is already very abundant. So this is you celebrating yourself. Like I said, in the Mars position, you got a 6 here, which is related to the Lover's card, which Venus is the goddess of love. The Empress is Venus, and she is the mother of Mercury, which is Gemini, which rules the 6s, which is here, and the 6th house is Virgo, which is the routine and day-to-day. You have to be disciplined about this stuff. Maybe you have to go and see someone for therapy. That's why the Empress is here, offering some nurturing, right? It's an abundant spiritual resource tapped into the subconscious that can offer you things that you can't get anywhere else. And she's there for you, open, ready for you to approach. Mars ruled Scorpio. And this Empress can be a person, it can be an idea, it can be a feeling that you want to step into, and it can just be your own creativity. What are you creating? The Empress is also pregnant. The moon is also in the future position as well, energy moving forward. The moon is talking about cycles, circles. Cycles and circles. Hidden things. Something may be hidden to you. It might be a surprise pregnancy, honestly. Some of you. Seriously. Because, Scorpio, y'all be doing it. Apparently. That's what they say. But, the moon is talking about the awareness of how committed you are to creating something. Right? It's also like expanding on a feeling, right? It's understanding that there's a flow, there's an evolution that has to take place in order for you to stay stay constant in your creative will, right? The moon is also reflections on the past. The moon rules Cancer, but it also rules Pisces, which is the season that we're in now. The moon makes sacrifices. Maybe you guys are making sacrifices for your family right now. Or maybe you feel like you're going to have to sacrifice something because of this pregnancy. Or because of your children. The moon has to do with also things becoming illuminated, right? You might even be listening to your intuition, your dreams. This is intense with this death card and the moon here. But the death card is life, and it's death, but it's also rebirth. It's also like peace as well. It wants to influence the idea of peace. And Venus is the bringer of peace. And maybe this ending is actually going to usher in a sense of peace. And it's a part of the evolution of you. This ending that may have occurred and this beginning that might be occurring as well. So you've experienced some endings with different things and people and places and things, and the beginnings as well. There's a siren going off, but I don't think you guys can hear it. At the top of the reading, you have Mars and Leo. So this is saying that you're putting some aggression into like reflecting on an experience that you felt very challenged by. You were committed to something. You were committed to. You made a choice to be committed to something. You had to really stay with it, having to stay with it. And you could just be sensitive to it happening. Everything you have to do, all the opposition, people coming to you for answers, people wanting you to do things. Right? You feel like you can't move forward with some things because of all of the opposition or the challenges or the obstacles that you might be facing, how difficult things might be. But it's saying that Mars is here to work for you, right? You do have Mars and Leo in the past, right? And that's sadness from a loss, through and a commitment. But then you have a choice to make now and understand where your commitment lies. And it's with yourself, right? But you definitely have to move forward from this loss or from these setbacks, for your family and yourself. Your relationships may have even been challenged too because of all of the things that you were going through. Because the 7th house is Libra, and it's talking about relationships, marriages, contracts. There might be some strain on some of your relationships, marriages, contracts, business partners, employees, that type of thing. Let me go ahead and pull another Romance Angels, and then I'm going to pull your soulmate card. Something bit me on my face, and I really don't like it. I hate it when that happens. But I have cortisone, yes. I see you, girl, in that drawer. Scorpio, I hope that this reading gave you something that you could use. Some of you are definitely having anxieties about talking to someone about what it is that you've been going through. Because somebody may want you to go to therapy. Your mother might. Retreat It's time to disconnect. Now, that could definitely be the therapy, right? Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Keep an open mind, right? Some of you might be dealing with, having met someone and not thinking like they're the one, and you might be worried about that, but it's saying have an open mind because this could be the one. This could be the person that you end up having kids with and all this stuff. You just have to change the way you look at stuff. You might be holding yourself back because it might be something stupid. Like you're like, oh, I told myself I would never date somebody with a soul patch. That type of thing. I personally happen to like soul patches. Yes, follow me on Instagram. I'm at NYC Kendrick and I'm at Kendrick NYC. Um, the Tongue Pop is my food account. And of course, follow Providence Tarot. If you'd like a reading from me in NYC, you can email me at providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. I totally forgot to say that in the last two videos. I'm also reading at Shanti Shanti Bookshop and Crystal Gallery on Sundays from 12 to 4, 5, or 6, depending on the day. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. I'm on Patreon now. I'll be sending all of these February readings over there probably today before the month is over. Give a week. But that's kind of new, so it's like I haven't really jumped on that all the way like I should. But I will be. I think the spring is going to give me a little bit more time to offer things, and I really want to. Stay optimistic about your love life. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Something is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So, wow. All of those messages fell out. But some of you, yeah, this might be the romance of a lifetime. You just have to evolve emotionally and change your concepts in the way you think. You might be thinking childishly about something. And you might be thinking childishly about something that doesn't have to do with, cultivating a new relationship with someone. It might just be that you're being childish about dealings in the relationships that you're already in, right? Challenged. Let me pull a soulmate card for you guys. I'm going to shuffle this. 919. Okay, I'm doing all right. Yes, Scorpio. Taurus, you're next. Whoa, and then I'll be done for mids. So crazy. I really hope this works out. We are eternally blessed by profound love, by a sacred union with the great source of light, whose love moves the earth and stars. I'm going to pull another one. But this is talking about evolution, right? We are eternally blessed by a profound love, by a sacred union with the great source of light, whose love stars. I was talking about things being illuminated, right? Venus, Cancer is love. Pisces is unconditional love. All of that. Let me pull one more for you guys. Somebody's showing you unconditional love. I'm getting dry. I need to drink some water. I hope you guys had a great full moon. Or a nice one. Okay. So many cards. Spirit, angels. What can I take from this message for them? Life is forever changing. In accordance with nature's divine will, may we lovingly embrace life's changing seasons in the knowledge that all is as it should be and that is right. The moon. The 7, which is at the top of your reading, is related to the Chariot card, which is the moon as well. Movement forward, out of the struggle, right? It's part of your evolution. Let the process happen. It'll unfold naturally. You don't need to control everything. Let people leave your life when they leave your life. Let things come into your life when they're meant to come into your life. Celebrate things. Celebrate your family. Celebrate yourself by being honest with yourself about who you think you are. And if you don't like who you think you are, then now the real work begins. All right, Scorpios. I love you. Y'all are fierce. Did I forget anything? Like, share, subscribe, Facebook. We're there. Instagram, Providence Tarot. Yeah. Justice. Be fair. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys liked it and that you got some messages out of it. So you're going to achieve some balance. You know, you're becoming aware of yourself and you're becoming aware of other people. And when that happens, you get somewhere in life because you have to relate to others in order to relate to your experience. It's a reflection. Okay?